Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jake the Fate, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys, or I'm going to try to show you guys, how to install a Sustaniac system onto your guitar. Alright, so real quick before I actually get started on this, I'm just going to give a little heads up that I don't really know how this is going to turn out. I've messed around with a few Sustainiac systems in the past, like swapping them from one guitar to another guitar. But what I'm trying to do today is going to be a little bit different. So I did kind of explain how the Sustainiac system kind of works on the Sinister Gates video that I made last week. The one that I'm going to be installing today is the single coil version. The only main difference between this one and the regular Sustainiac that you see on like humbucker guitars is that they put like a dummy coil or dummy cover on this, so it looks like it's a humbucker. But this one's just the regular like sustainer system. It's just one coil. So I'm going to be installing this onto this LTD Kamikaze guitar. So the reason why I'm doing it on this guitar is because this is the only guitar that I have that has a single coil compartment in it. Was going to get the humbucker version, but when you go to the Sustainiac website, it's like stepping into like 1995 where like you really don't know what's going on. And I was like, oh man, like I'm just trying to place an order and it's just confusing. So I actually, luckily, some guy was selling this on the Facebook market, and I got lucky because I think he listed it like a day or two before I even got it. So, and I got it for a good price. I got it for a really good price. This guitar, for you to switch pickups, it's one of those like coil split pots. I kind of did already take it off because I don't really use single coils. So this one here is like a dummy. So I was like, this is just perfect. I don't know how this is going to turn out, honestly, because I wasn't trying to route like a toggle switch in here. I'm still even debating if I should put the switches on, the front of the guitar or like on the plate in the back. Now, my wife did get me this randomly one day. Even though it's used, I can tell that it's used because somebody must have redid this finish right here, and I can see the red in the bottom. Pretty sure somebody just did it all black, but that doesn't really matter to me. The fact that my wife got it for me, it's just amazing. So yeah, so that's gonna be like the little work that I'm gonna try to do onto this guitar. My plan is to install the system, but be able to just coil split how this thing originally came. So like I said, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I do hope that by the end of the video, I actually get to make everything work and you guys get something out of it. I'm going to take it to the workbench and I'm going to show you guys how to install this into your guitar.
Fuck.
So like I said, this was pre-owned, it wasn't anything new. So what I'm going to do is try to explain what is what. I'm pretty sure when you guys order this from the Sustainiac website, it comes with everything you guys need. This is what came with this, and it actually came with like the paperwork and stuff. Like, I don't know what this is all about. It came with this thing, but I'm not going to be using this because it's another configuration that I'm going to be doing, so I'm not going to need that. This is like the guide. Solder here, okay? Do not solder here. Okay. Anyways, in this system, I'm trying to zoom in a little closer for you guys. So you're gonna get the circuit board. There's a few different kinds. The one in my Sinister Gates one was like a bigger one. This one is kind of like the one that was in my Schecter C1 Platinum. So I kind of know how this kind of works a little bit. But the switches are the only thing that's different. On that guitar, it's kind of like a little circuit board that this thing came with. But this is how this one came. I'm pretty sure that's how some of them from the Sustainiac website comes with. So since this thing was already inside of a guitar and a different guitar, some of it is already kind of like done for me. Like, I know that you have to put these two together, so I'm going to explain that later. And then this one, I'm going to explain what this is all about. This is optional, but I'm going to explain it to you guys. And then you got this one, and you got the battery. And so right now what I'm going to do is explain this for you guys. So like I said, this thing was already pre-made. This was already installed in a different guitar. So all you're going to have to do, this is going to come with the Sustainiac system. I don't know if you guys can see that, but That's the resistor that you guys need to use, or if you guys didn't get it, you guys know which one to find. I'll try to explain here what's going on here, so you guys can do this beforehand. What you guys are gonna have to do is get a little jumper cable from the first prong on the right side, and do like a little jumper cable thing going on to the top one, the third one up here. You're gonna go from here to here, and then with this capacitor, you're gonna go here to here, right? So when you guys got that ready, you're gonna connect this extra jumper cable. I would just say that, I would have done the same thing, like put this right here, because you're gonna have to connect your Sustainiac to this prong right here. So you might as well just do like a little jumper cable, so you guys are not like trying to like put it in there and messing with this later on. Like, you burn this and you start burning onto this thing. So, just do that beforehand. You guys can either pause it or, look what's going on here and do that beforehand. So now, when I got this, the guy, I guess he must have forgot to add a off-on switch. So I basically went to the Micro Center. Honestly, you guys can literally buy this at any Micro Center, or like online. You guys can find them, but I buy all my switches from Micro Center. I don't know if they're the same exact company, but they look very similar, and they both got that RL or whatever that is. So anyways, yeah, I had this on another guitar, so I pulled it out. The way I'm going to be doing this is like, I'm going to be putting this on this kind of configuration, right? Instead of a pickup selector switch, I'm just going to have this as my pickup selector. So when it's in the down position, it's going to be my humbucker. Up is going to be the Sustainiac. This is kind of standard. If you guys ever did a wiring this way, it's a 500K push-pull, because I'm going to be using a humbucker. What you would do here, if you're looking at it this way on your screen, like looking down at it, and you guys have your pod in front of you, just put a jumper cable from this prong, this terminal, to the middle terminal right here. And then, you ground this to the pod. Okay, so what I'm going to try to explain, like, this one came with this one, like I said earlier. Came with this little diagram, but I'm not going to be using this because my guitar doesn't have a selector switch. So what I am going to be using, and I suggest you guys getting, is get this little diagram. Get this diagram, because with this, it'll make a lot more sense, right? So what I'm going to do is put this like this, right? So how this one says white, violet, gray, blue, yellow, the X, blue, and orange, it's going to be these on this side, okay? So you're going to put this on this side, and make sure not to like mess around with this, like touch it or anything, like, because this is very sensitive and you don't want anything happening to that. You grab the other one and you put it on the other side. I'm either going to try to put this diagram on the screen, or hopefully you guys have this with you guys in front of you. Now, we're going to get into the nitty gritty here, okay? First thing is first, Uncle Phyllis, rest in peace, you know what I'm saying? Grab the on, off, on one. You're going to want to do here, ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention. Grab, oh my lord, purple and the violet, which basically, if you look at the diagram here, the violet and the gray, it's your harmonic mode and the 4-volt DC. You have this purple one, or violet, onto this first terminal right there. Oh, hold it for a second, let it cool. Boom. Then you're gonna grab this gray one, bring it over here. If I can get it in there right. Oh, Jesus. So far what we have is the violet onto this first prong, and the gray one onto the second one right over here. Going back to the paperwork here, this white one is going to be your bridge pickup, right? You can see here that's the input for the bridge pickup. You're going to grab your input from your bridge pickup. Once I already installed it into the guitar, I'm going to show you guys. And you connect this to this, and then that's what's going to go on to up here. All right? So this black one is going to be your ground. Now you guys see here this yellow one. This is an optional thing here, guys. So what you want to do with this, for like drive or like an extra boost or something. But I'm not going to be using that. They say either cut it off or just like, but just in case, you know, like I would have done the same thing. Just keep it like that. Just in case you guys want to use this down the road. Just in case you guys want to add like a little boost. You guys have this and pull it out. Boom, use it. Now, you guys are going to see these two cables right here, right? Now these, on this it says it's your neck and middle pickup is your blue one. The orange one is going to be like, goes to the pickup selector switch. Since I'm not going to be using a pickup selector switch, I'm not going to be using these two. If you're going to be using a pickup selector switch, what you would do is you connect this to your output of your pickup selector switch. And then this one would go into your middle or your neck pickup. If you guys have like a 3 pickup configuration. But I'm not going to be using this, and just close these all off. Like I said, this is going to be my ground. This is going to be my output. So we got this whole side done. Now we're going to get into the crazy boys. You know what I'm saying? Go back to this because this thing is very, very, very important. At least to have so you guys can understand what's going on, because without this, you'd be completely lost. This is going to be your battery. As you guys can see here, your battery, your 9-volt battery. This gray one is your drive return, right? So this is going to be connected to your Sustaniac. I'll explain that once I have everything in the guitar. This poopy looking one, we're going to connect it here. Boom, right there. All right, we got Mr. Poopy in. Now, we're going to go to this black one. This black one and this black one's going to go together like this with all the grounds. This green one is going to go onto your jack, your output jack. You know, since you're running it on a 9-volt battery, this needs to be, you know, this needs to be on this. So we'll get to that when we get to that. The orange is the neck pickup preamp in, the neck pickup sound, the neck pickup boost, the neck pickup preamp out. So that's what these are right here. I'm not going to be using in this wiring because this is for the preamp on the toggle switch. But since I'm not going to be using that, bother with these. Now this yellow one right here, as it says here, it's your turn on. It's your on switch. So this one goes onto your on and off switch here. You're going to want to do with this here, which I should have done at the beginning, is I put a little jumper cable from here to here, these two middle ones. So, yeah. A little jumper cable from here to here. Yellow one, and put that down here on this third or first terminal down here. Boom, that's in there. Connected. Good. Ready. So, what do we have so far? We've got this resistor here in the second and first prong right here with a jumper cable going across to this first one, with this poopy one coming to this one. Got the other little poopy one coming up for the Sustainiac pickup. On the other side, we've got the purple or violet on this third one, and we got the gray one on this one, second one. And like I said, you know, make sure that these things are twisted together and you keep them away from like anything else, so you know you have no shortages or anything. That's done. And then we got this thing ready, up and going. I already installed the Sustainiac and the Seymour Duncan humbucker in here. Now all I have to do is put everything in here and figure out what's gonna go where. What I gotta do is figure out where I'm gonna install these switches. I have more than enough space in here, so this is gonna go here. The circuit board is gonna go like right here. I bought this little thing on Amazon, a little battery clip thing, like either on the side here. You know, so everything looks pretty clean in the inside the cavity because you don't want any shortages. So basically right now I just gotta figure out where I'm gonna put these two switches on. So I got my 2 holes ready. So I made a small little mistake here. So I made this one right where I wanted it, and I think I went across a little too far when I measured it. I was trying to go 3 centimeters across from the center of this hole to the center of this hole. Instead of coming down where the cavity goes, I kind of went like a little too far. So basically I have to use my Dremel to try to get in there. Hopefully you guys don't make that mistake of, you know, starting to carve out things you guys don't have to, because honestly there's more than enough space. That's why I wanted to do it in this guitar, so I didn't have to do that. But I made that little mistake, so I got that ready. Now we're just gonna install everything in here and get to setting the Sustainiac up. Okay, so here we have the Sustainiac driver, and this is the Seymour Duncan pickup. Like I said, this is gonna be my selector switch and volume pot, no tone, so just very simple. We're gonna go back to this thing over here. So now we're just gonna grab everything we did and start off with the Sustainiac system first. So just bear with me because there's a lot of wires here. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna start first with this little tiny brown one. We're gonna connect this one. This goes into this terminal, but since we're not trying to get any like shortages there, we're just gonna put these two together, solder it, and put some heat shrink tubing onto this so we have no problems. Like that. Boom. So we got this ready. So like I said, since we're not going to use these over here, there's blue, there's orange, there's white, there's purple, a small little zip tie, and just put that all together in there. Boom. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side with these guys over here. I would say do this beforehand so you guys are working with it, it doesn't look like a scary mess. Boom. What we did so far is just basically just connect the Sustainiac to this little jumper cable right here and closed everything off so you guys don't have any shortages and it just doesn't look like a disgusting mess. So they do say cut it short, so if I do have any issues I might have to cut it short, but that's the thing, I wouldn't suggest you cutting it short just in case you guys want to add the preamp. We're gonna get this red one from the Sustainiac, it's red cable, and we're gonna get that gray one that was on this side, the gray one that's on this side, and we're gonna put these two, boom, together. Boom. Okay, so we got this going. What did I just do? Oh my god. Please grab your Sustainiac red wire and put it to this one, not the Jesus, man. So now we're gonna get the black wire for the humbucker and grab this white one from this Sustainiac system and put these two together right here. So I connected the humbucker and the input for the Sustainiac onto this first prong up here on this coil splitting pot. What I'm gonna do now is output jack is gonna go like this middle terminal, and this is gonna be grounded to the pot. This green one is gonna go onto this third terminal right here, onto this output jack right here. So I'm gonna connect that real quick. I know this thing looks like a crazy mess here, but hopefully you guys are kind of following along and kind of understanding what's going on here. Now what I'm gonna do is connect all the grounds. This black one from this side, the one from the claw also, and then the ground for the pickups, this black ground from the battery clip right here. So all the grounds are going to be connected to the top of this pot right here. So yeah, I'm gonna install this claw one once I have everything in there. The only thing that's left now is this red wire here. It's gonna go onto this red wire on the battery. After that, we're completely done. All right, so now I'm just gonna check to see if this thing actually even works, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's see if this thing works. Nothing. Okay, so now I have to go back and check what the hell's going on here, because I had a feeling this was gonna happen. So let's go back into this. everything up to this point seems all right. Okay, so what I completely missed was this jumper cable here. So you're gonna have to put a jumper cable. I don't know if you guys can see it in here, but I have to put a jumper cable on right next to basically that yellow one. And this is gonna go onto your output jack on the green one right here. That's pretty crucial because I was confused. I was like, wait, what's going on? I did everything right. But basically that's what you have to do, is just solder that in there and solder that there. So basically you put this, again, I'm sorry about the camera angle views. I've been dealing with this crap for a couple days now. Put that there. I would say obviously do it with everything out. Do that beforehand. I'm sorry about that. Like, again, doing this at like the last second. The way I have the camera set is not so convenient for me. Jumper cable from this first terminal on the right side to the ring over here on the output jack. So now we just put everything in here. They say to put this 8-pin connection closest to the pickup selector, but I don't have one, so I'm just gonna put it here. I'm gonna tuck this in here. I wish I did a better job here. Battery, it's kind of really tight. Battery can fit right in there. So honestly, guys, I'm not even gonna use this. I'm just gonna use a little foam padding. This is already a huge stretch to try to even jam that in there. I wish I did a better job there, to be honest. Here, bam. Beforehand, gotta give it a toast. It's good luck. Oh yeah. All right, so basically, I kind of have it backwards here. I have to go back around and switch it around. The fundamental is not gonna be in the bottom. So, you know, just go back around. If you guys put it, this is the way I did. The fundamental should be in the bottom. So, that's how you basically do it. Hopefully that made sense, because oh my god, that was freaking crazy. So I guess I can give it a quick little demo now and give you guys my final thoughts on this thing, because it was pretty hectic.
Alright guys, so there it is. That's how you install a Sustaniac onto your guitar. Man, this thing was a bit of a challenge, I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't like the easiest thing ever, but it wasn't super hard. Like I really did think it was gonna be a little bit harder than it was, because there's hardly any videos out there, and like I said, you know, going on the website, it's just like super like confusing. So I did kind of like go through the website and actually look at the diagrams prior to this video, because I was trying to figure out how I'm gonna make it work with this, because I basically, what I did was I was looking at like different wiring diagrams, and I was looking at like other configurations to try to like make my own, I guess, in a sense, because I couldn't find anything like this. So it was a bit of a challenge, but you know, I love that stuff. I would recommend you guys to take maybe a weekend to do this project, because in all honesty, it didn't take me that long. It probably took me maybe 8 hours in total. That's including like trying to make the video, you know, like pausing and trying to go back and think. But I feel like it will take you maybe 4 hours, probably less. But if you guys have like different pickup configurations and like, you know, tone pots and other stuff with the preamp and all that, it will probably take you guys way longer, and it'll, you know, it'll be a headache. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys it's not gonna be hard, because it might be a challenge, which is, you know, great. You know, for me personally, like, I love this kind of stuff, man. I really do enjoy this, because you know, my full-time job, I'm a steel worker, and I get to come home and, you know, work on guitars. And this to me is like my stress relief. You know, I get to come home and work on my personal guitars. I have a few guitars that I got a little part-time job as like a guitar tech for a local guitar shop. So, you know, like I personally enjoy this kind of stuff, you know, and to be able to share this and, you know, help you guys if you guys are interested in trying to do this, it's just a huge bonus for me. You know, it's a huge plus. Some people do say it's a crutch, you know, having a Sustaniac system or a Floyd Rose or using effects or pedals or whatever, you know. But I honestly think it's a great tool to have in your toolbox because you get to get creative. You know, you get to be creative, and you know, technically, most guitars that have the Sustainiac system, you know, most of them do come with like a Floyd Rose with it. So it's like I basically tried doing a solo that doesn't really require the Floyd Rose because you don't really see a Sustainiac like on a Les Paul or a guitar that's like string through, because you know it's obviously a lot more fun when you can have the Floyd Rose. You know, you get to do some crazy dive bombs with this. So, you know, like you really don't need it. You know, in a sense, you know, if you can get creative, you can really find your way and be able to do things and just be super creative, even with chords. You know, you have it on the harmonic mode and you just ring a chord, man, like you get like that feedback. You get like if you're standing in front of a huge wall, like a huge amp, and you know you get that feedback that you're like in a stadium or something. So it's like it's a lot of fun. You know, it's a good tool to have. Like I said, by the way, I am a huge George Lynch fan. Obviously, I forgot to mention that in the beginning of the video. I was dying to get this guitar for a long time, and like I said, my wife gave it to me. You guys have any questions on how, you know, I did some of this or something's not working right, or, you know, you guys need help with something, you know, leave it in the comments. You know, I'm going to try to reply to it. Like I said, my day's kind of busy. You know, I'm working all day and then I come home and you know, I got that little side guitar thing. So, you know, I'm going to try to like reply to it. I really do hope that this video, you know, inspired you guys to like be creative in your own way. And like in all my videos, I try not to make videos to just like make videos. I really do want to help you guys in any way possible. So, you know, you guys found this video useful and helpful, like, comment, subscribe for more guitar related stuff. You know, I do everything guitar related on this channel. With that, guys, I'll catch you guys on the next video.